Hello, everyone. I'm Reverend Richard Miner. I'm the Graduate Engagement Officer here at One Spirit Learning Alliance in New York City. And today it is my great pleasure to be here with Garrett Foster. Garrett, thank you for joining me.
Hey, Richard. It's so great to be here with you. Thank you.
Garrett, I'm so excited to get to introduce you to the graduate community. You are a member of our most recent graduating class of 2018, the class of Ubuntu. You've just come off of an amazing intensive and commencement, and we are so honored and privileged to welcome you to our graduate community. Can you tell us a little bit about yourself and what brought you to One Spirit?
Sure. So I live in Delray Beach, Florida, and honestly, what led me to seminary was a second cancer diagnosis I had a few years ago. And it really changed my life. It became a gift, and it became something that I really sat back and thought, what am I doing with my life? Not that I was doing horrible things with my life, but what can I do that's really going to make a difference and to lead to greater fulfillment for me. And I ended up becoming a prayer chaplain at Unity of Delray Beach and learned that I really love to pray with people and pray for people. And through that, I also learned about One Spirit. And once I found One Spirit, it was just like, this is my home.
That's wonderful. And we're so glad that you did decide to join us. You're doing some wonderful things with ministry, and you've been doing them while you were a student here. Can you tell me a little bit about your ministry and what drew you to it?
Sure. So, in addition to officiating weddings, which I've done, I had a calling like toward the end of 2017. It's very similar to when I was called to join the ministry. It was start a community and tell them what you know. And those voices were so loud. And I just did it. So I had this, and almost right away I saw the pieces. I saw that it would be called Community and Spirit, that it would be a place where a spiritual center without walls, where people, wherever they are, no matter what's going on in their life, where they live, how busy they are, they can drop into this community and learn from each other and support each other. And it's really been a phenomenal experience so far. It's been about 6 months. I'm up to, I think, 130 members. And like the first month, I tried it as a little experiment, Dare to be Spiritual. So every day I asked people, challenge them, something to do to dare to be spiritual. It could be smiling at somebody that you normally are uneasy with, or to ask the community for help. And that was a big one. I realized it's tough for people to ask for help. And when they did, it was so amazing at that time to see other community members start jumping in, and people were sending each other toaster ovens and gift cards and prayers. And I realized at that point, like, this is something that could really have legs. It was very genuine, very authentic, and very beautiful. So it just seemed right. And what I do is every month there's a different theme. So one month it could be spiritual leaders. And I try to educate people on different paths that they may not be aware of, all the stuff that we learned at One Spirit. This month is a light on reading month. So every day we highlight a different kind of spiritual book to read that people may or may not be aware of. And based on the response, the next thing I will be doing is a spiritual book month club. We're going to pick one of the books from this month and do a spiritual discussion group, book club.
That sounds really fascinating. Now, if our graduates are interested in joining this community, how would they go about doing that?
So they can look on Facebook. Through Facebook, it started out as a closed Facebook group. So just search for Community and Spirit. You have to answer three quick questions, and I approve you to enter. And also my website that I just built, communityandspirit.com. And that's eventually where I will be housing most of this, because my plans for the future for it would be I want to be teaching, have it as a place where people can go and take classes and maybe do worship service, find resources. And my goal is to open this up to all the One Spirit graduates. So eventually I would like to have a Hindu expert, that can have a place on that website where they become known as the Hindu expert, the shamanic expert. So all different paths. And also if people have like a class or a workshop that they want to try out, a one-day thing, a meditation, guided meditation they want to try out, to contact me, and I'll coordinate it through the One Spirit and reach out to the members and say, hey, this person's offering something you really might want to check out.
That sounds really wonderful. And that sounds like a great resource for all of the graduates here. We're just about out of time. Do you have any thoughts or advice that you would like to share with the new graduates and with the older graduates as well?
Yeah, I think it's to jump in. For a long time, when I first started seminary, I was kind of like, what do I have to say that's different? You know, why me? And then I started to realize, like, why not me? And just jump in. And we all have these gifts to offer, and we don't know how much longer we have to offer them. So it doesn't have to be perfect. Your idea doesn't have to be perfect. It doesn't have to be, you know, you just jump in and start doing it. And my website and my community is one way that you can start doing that. So if there's something you want to start sharing with people and you want to test the waters, do it here.
Garrett, thank you so much for that invitation. Thank you so much for your inspiration as well. We are so lucky to have you as part of our community. Thank you for taking time to speak to me today. And Garrett, I will very much look forward to seeing you around One Spirit.
Thanks, Richard.